Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am diving into the fascinating story of English history from ancient tribes to world wars, kings and queens, and the rise of a global empire. Get ready for a journey through time as we explore how England became the country it is today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. Let's get started. English history begins thousands of years ago, long before it was called England. The first people who lived there were ancient tribes like the Celts. They lived in small villages and were skilled in farming and metalwork. The Celts had their own languages and cultures. They had worshipped nature and gods. In 43 AD, the Romans arrived in England. They were a powerful empire from Italy, and they wanted to control the land. The Romans built roads, towns, and forts. One of their most famous buildings in Hadrian's Wall, which they built to protect their territory from northern tribes. The Romans ruled England for nearly 400 years, but in the early 400s AD they left because their empire was weakening. After the Romans left, England was invaded by tribes called the Anglo-Saxons. They came from Germany and Denmark. The Anglo-Saxons settled in England and divided the land into small kingdoms. They brought their own language, which eventually became Old English. During this time, Christianity also spread in England and churches were built. The Anglo-Saxons ruled England for hundreds of years, but their time came to an end when the Vikings started attacking. The Vikings were fierce warriors from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They raided villages and took control of forts of England. However, the Anglo-Saxons fought back, and eventually a king named Alfred the Great managed to unite the kingdoms and push the Vikings away. This early period of English history was full of changes, from the Celts to the Romans, the Anglo-Saxons, and the Vikings. Each group left its mark on the land, shaping the culture and history of England. The next big chapter in English history began in 1066. This was the year of the Norman Conquest, one of the most important events in English history. It all started when the English king Edward the Confessor died without a clear heir. Three men claimed the throne: Harold Godwinson, an English nobleman; Harold Hardrada, a Viking king; and William, Duke of Normandy in France. Harold Godwinson became king, but he faced two invasions. First, Harold Hardrada attacked from the north, but Harold defeated him at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Just a few days later, William of Normandy invaded from the south. Harold rushed his army to meet William, and the two sides fought at the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066. William's army was stronger and Harold was killed in the battle. William became king of England and was called William of the Conqueror. This was the start of Norman rule in England. The Normans brought big changes to the country. They built castles like the Tower of London to control the people. They also introduced the feudal system, where the king owned all the land and gave parts of it to nobles in exchange for loyalty and soldiers. The Normans also changed the language. While the common people spoke Old English, the nobles spoke French. Over time, the two languages mixed, and this helped create modern English. William also ordered a survey of all the land in England, which was written in the Domesday Book. This book helped the king know how much tax he could collect. The Norman Conquest had a huge impact on England. It connected England more closely with Europe, especially France. It also strengthened the power of the king and laid the foundation for a strong central government. The Normans ruled England for many years, and their influence can still be seen today in England's castles, laws, and language. One of the most exciting periods of English history is the Tudors era, which began in 1485. The Tudors were a royal family who ruled England for over 100 years. The most famous Tudor monarchs were Henry VIII and his daughter Elizabeth I. Henry VIII is known for his 6 wives and for breaking away from the Catholic Church. He wanted to divorce his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, but the Pope refused. So Henry created the Church of England with himself as the head. This was called the English Reformation. Henry also closed many monasteries and took their wealth. After Henry VIII, his daughter Elizabeth I became queen. His reign is often called the Golden Age of England. Elizabeth was a strong and clever ruler. She supported exploration, and English sailors like Sir Francis Drake traveled the world. They brought back treasures and helped England become a powerful nation. Elizabeth also faced challenges like the Spanish Armada. In 1588, Spain sent a huge fleet of ships to invade England, but Elizabeth's navy, led by sailors like Drake, defeated the Armada. This victory made England even stronger and more confident. The Elizabethan era was also a time of great art and culture. William Shakespeare, the famous playwright, wrote his plays during this time. His works like Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet are still loved today. Theatres were built and people enjoyed music, dance, and festivals. The Tudors left a lasting legacy. They made England a powerful and independent country. They also encouraged exploration and creativity, which helped shape modern England. In the 1600s, England faced a big conflict, the English Civil War. This was a fight between the King Charles I and Parliament. Charles believed in the divine right of the kings, meaning he thought God had chosen him as to rule. But Parliament wanted more power and control over taxes and laws. The war began in 1642 and lasted for several years. The supporters of the king were called Royalists, and the supporters of the Parliament were called Roundheads. The Roundheads, led by Oliver Cromwell, won the war. Charles I was captured but on trial and executed in 1649. England became a republic called the Commonwealth, with Cromwell as its leader. After Cromwell died, the monarchy returned in 1660 with Charles II as king, but the power of the king was now limited. The parliament became more important. This period also saw the Glorious Revolution in 1688, when William of Orange and his wife Mary took the throne. They agreed to a Bill of Rights which gave more power to Parliament and less to the king. In the 1700s and 1800s, England changed dramatically during the Industrial Revolution. This was a time when machines were invented to make goods faster and cheaper. Factories were built and people moved from villages to cities to work. Steam engines like those invented by James Watt powered machines and trains. The Industrial Revolution made England very rich, but it also caused problems. Workers, including children, often worked long hours in dangerous conditions. Cities became crowded and polluted. Over time, laws were passed to improve working conditions and protect workers. The Industrial Revolution also helped England build a huge empire. British ships carried goods and people all over the world. England became the most powerful country of the world with colonies in Asia, Africa, and the Americas. In the 1900s, England faced two world wars. World War I from 1914 to 1918 was a terrible conflict that involved many countries. England fought alongside its allies, including France and the United States, against Germany. Millions of people died, and the war changed the world. World War II from 1939 to 1945 was even more devastating. England, led by Prime Minister Winston Churchill, fought against Nazi Germany. The war brought great hardship, including the Blitz, when German planes bombed England's cities. But England and its allies eventually won the war. After World War II, England's empire began to end. Many colonies like India became independent. England also faced economic challenges and had to rebuild after the war. But it remained an important country, working with other nations to promote peace and cooperation. Today, England is a modern multicultural country. It is a part of United Kingdom, which also includes Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. England is known for its rich history, culture, and traditions. It is home to famous landmarks like Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and Stonehenge. English history is a story of change and resilience. From ancient tribes to a global empire, England has faced many challenges and achieved great things. Its history continues to shape the world today. And that's the incredible story of English history, from ancient tribes to world wars, kings and queens, and the rise of a global empire. England's journey is truly fascinating. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing stories from history of English literature and English linguistics. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.